What's going on, YouTube? Thomasel here. It's Thursday. That means it's time to talk about the new movies opening this Friday. Technically, some of these movies open tonight, but their actual release date is on Friday. Alright, the first film I'm going to talk about is the new fantasy film titled The House with a Clock in Its Walls, which is directed by Eli Roth, who's pretty much best known for films like Knock Knock, Green Inferno, Hostel, Cabin Fever. He also had that Death Wish remake, which I know lots of people are trash on that movie, but I kind of didn't really mind his Death Wish remake. It was definitely by far better than Bruce Willis's other recent films, but that's not really saying much. Now, House with a Clock in Its Walls is pretty much his first family feature film, and I think it's his first studio movie, if I'm not mistaken. Like his last few films mainly went to smaller studios, so I got them checked, but I think this is his first major studio movie. Anyway, the film stars Jack Black and two-time Academy Award winner Cate Blanchett, and is from Amblin Entertainment. The adventure film tells the spine-tingling tale of a 10-year-old kid named Lewis, played by Owen Velcro, who is in Daddy's Home. He goes live with his uncle in a creaky old house with a mysterious tick-tocking heart. But his new town's sleepy fabricates jolts to life with a secret world of warlocks and witches when Lewis accidentally awakens the dead. I admit the trailers didn't really wow me or anything, but it looks like it could be a fun little adventure flick to watch. I really like Jack Black's work. Cate Blanchett is one of the greatest actresses of all time. You also got Kyle MacLachlan for all you Twin Peaks fans. So this could probably be an interesting film. And it's doing really well with critics. It has a 59% on Rotten Tomatoes. Not really the best score, but it's probably the highest score that an Eli Roth movie ever had. Alright, the next film opened this week is a film called Fahrenheit 11/9. Now, if you guys don't know what 11/9 stands for, it's the month and day that Donald Trump became president. And, well, it's pretty much directed by Michael Moore, who directed Fahrenheit 9/11 a few years back. Here's what Fahrenheit 11/9 is. It's a comedic look at the times in which we live in. It will explore the two most important questions of the Trump era. How the did we get here, and how the did we get out? I mean, this is pretty much like a comedic look of Donald Trump, as president. Because, I mean, we are now living in the Trump era, and Michael Moore is really political. I mean, he did a movie about the Columbine. He did a movie about 9/11. So he's pretty political with the stuff, man. And I gotta say, that trailer that got released looked fantastic. I mean, I definitely want to check this one out because it looks like a really hilarious documentary. And Donald Trump is featured in it. Maybe he'll get a Razzie nomination, like how George W. Bush got a Razzie nomination for Fahrenheit 9/11. That's right. I think he either got nominated or won. I gotta check that out. Alright, another film opening this week is a film called Life Itself, which is about a young New York couple who goes from college romance to marriage and the birth of their first child, who are then the unexpected twists of their journey create reverberations that echo over continents and true lifetimes in the film Life Itself. The film has a pretty impressive cast. It has the likes of Oscar Isaac, Olivia Wilde, Mandy Patinkin, Olivia Cook is in this. This actress named Lala Kase was in that movie Duck Butter. Annette Bening is in this movie. Sam Jackson, Antonio Banderas. The list goes on and on. I mean, the reviews aren't the best. It's not really good at all. It has like a 12% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is disappointing. I mean, the director of this movie also is also the creator. I think he's the creator or showrunner. Gotta double check that. But he is like the showrunner of NBC's popular show This Is Us. And he directed this really good movie with Al Pacino a few years back called Danny Collins. And it's also disappointing because it's from Amazon. Like, Amazon, they put out some really good stuff. Not everything they put out turns you go, but most of the stuff they put out have been really good. So I'm still gonna check this one out because I mean I've really dug the trailers for this. It looks like it could be really cute, charming. Again, good cast. So yeah, let's see if it's actually good or not. Oh, and by the way, Fahrenheit 11.9 has an 82% on Rotten Tomatoes. Forgot to mention that. Another film opened this week is a film called Assassination Nation, which is getting rave reviews. It has like a 69%. Now, here's what the film is about. It's about a high school senior named Lily and her group of friends live in a haze of texts, posts, selfies, and chats, just like the rest of the world. So, when an anonymous hacker starts posting details from their private lives of everyone in their small town, the results of is absolute madness, leaving Lily and her friends questioning whether they'll live through the night. It looks batshit crazy. It looks bloody violence. I mean, it has an interesting cast like in the house, Joe McHale, Anika Nani Rose, Coleman Domingo for all you Fear the Walking Dead fans. This this actress named Harry Neff. The list goes on and on. I mean, it's an impressive cast. And it looks like it could be loads of fun. I've really dug the trailers involved. Like I said, the reviews that came out from it from because it premiered at Sundance earlier this year. So reviews that was out of Sundance have been excellent. I cannot wait to check this movie out. It kind of looks like Heather meets The Purge in a way. Alright, another film opened this week is a Western movie called The Sisters Brothers. The film The Sisters Brothers is directed by Jacques Adudad. Most likely butcher his name. But he directed the French films Rust and Bone and a Prophet. And the film is based on a novel. The Sisters Brothers is a reimagining of the cinematic Western as a dangerous, witty, and emotionally cathartic exploration of what it means to be a man. It is set in 1851 and is about Charlie and Eli's sisters, played by Joaquin Phoenix and John C. Reilly, who are both brothers and assassins. Brothers grown to men in a savage and hostile world. They have blood on their hands, that of criminals, that of innocents, and they know no state of existence of other than being gunmen. The older of the two, Enterprise Eli, rides hard with his with his younger sibling, yet dares to dream of a normal life. Anyway, the Sisters Brothers find themselves on a journey to the Northwest, bring them to the mountains of Oregon, a dangerous brothel in the small town of Mayfield, and eventually the gold rush land of California. A journey that will test the deadly family ties that bind. But can it also be the path to rediscovering what remains of humanity? The film also has Jake Gyllenhaal as well as Gyllenhaal's Nightcrawler co-star Riz Ahmed. This looks like it could be loads of fun. I really dug the trailer that involved with this. Seems like the Western genre is slowly coming back. I mean, we got this. The Coen Brothers has like a Netflix Western movie called The Ballad of Buster Scruggs coming later this year. Magnificent Seven. Let's hope the Western genre could make a huge comeback because, hey, gotta love a good Western movie, you know? Back in the 50s and 40s, the Westerns was the superheroes of that era. You know how today we got, so many like superheroes coming here and there, like we have superhero fatigue. Back in the 40s, 50s, 60s, they had Western fatigue. And anyway, I really dug the like I said, the trailer for this looks like really good. John C. Reilly, I really like. The new Joker himself, Joaquin Phoenix, is always on his game. So let's see how good this movie is. All right, another film coming out this week is a film called Colette, which also premiered at Sundance, and it has a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. Here's what Colette is about. After marrying a successful Persian writer known commonly as Willie, played by Dominic West, Sidonie Gabrielle Colette is transplanted from her childhood home in rural France and artistic splendor of Paris. Soon after, Willie convinces Colette to ghostwrite for him. She pens a semi-autobiographical tale about a witty and brazen country girl named Claudine, a bestseller and a cultural sensation. After its success, Colette and Willie become the talk of Paris, and their adventures inspire additional Claudine novels. Colette fights over creative ownership, and gender roles drives her to overcome like fashion, sexual expression, and all that. The film is directed by Wash Westmoreland, who directed Julianne Moore's movie Still Alice. Now, this looks like it could be an interesting little film. Of course, it has Keira Knightley who plays like the lead role in this. She's always on her game. Such a good actress. This also could be like a Oscar contender for her too. So yeah, it opens in that and Sister Brothers both opens limited release this week, and they'll most likely open like wide down like either next week or the week following that. So keep your eye out for them. There's also a film here called coming this week called Tea with the Dames, which of course is about it's like a documentary about the four legendary British dames, Maggie Smith, Judi Dench, Aline Atkins, and Joan Plowright. I wonder if it's Helen Mirren not a dame yet. Anyway, this looks like it could be cool. I mean, it's playing down at the IFC Center, so if you're in the New York area, it's playing down there. Cool British actresses, some legends there. So I'll check that. Probably check it out like on TV or something. There's also a film called a documentary coming called Love Gilda, which is a documentary about Gilda Radner, who was married to Gene Wilder. And if it wasn't for like Gilda Radner, we wouldn't have like female comics today like Melissa McCartney or anything. She really paved the way for really, I think it was Lucille Ball who really paved the way, but I mean, Gilda Radner, she was also a female legend. Like I said, she was married to Gene Wilder. She was like a SNL cast member, and Love Gilda actually looks really good. I kind of want. I'll probably check that out if maybe like on TV or something because it kind of looks really interesting. There's also a movie coming this week called Little Italy, which doesn't have good critic score. It has like a 14%, and really it looks bad. I mean, bad. The film is directed by Donna Petrie, who directed Miss Congeniality and How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. And it stars Hayden Christensen from Star Wars fame, as well as Emma Roberts. Now, here's what the film is about. It serves up it's like a delicious new comedy topped with passion, playfulness, and pepperoni. Yeah, I can just think about this movie. It's about former childhood pals, played by Hayden Christensen and Emma Roberts. Okay, are we supposed to believe that they were childhood pals, really? Who are attracted to each other as adults. But will their feuding parents' rival pastries put a chill on their sizzling romance? Are we really supposed to believe that Christensen and Roberts were childhood friends? Really? Anyway, the film has pretty decent supporting cast. It got the cast in this includes Danny Aiello. Oh man, Aiello White got to be in something like this. Audra Amar from My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Alyssa Milano's in this. Interesting cast, but yeah, the film does not look that good. There's also some film called Beyond the Sky, which also doesn't look that good. It's like a UFO sci-fi film that has the likes of Pierce Stormer, who's always awesome, Dee Wallace from 80s horror icon. Yeah, this doesn't really look that good. There's also some film called The Last Suit, which is like a documentary. That could be interesting. There's another doc called All Things of Photographable, which has 100%. Dang. There's also a film called Song of Sway Lake coming this week, which has a 67%. Nice. The film actually stars Rory Culkin, from the Culkin family, and it's about like a young man's plot to steal the jazz record from his grandmother's lake house, and it's derailed when his accomplice falls for the matriarch. And it's directed by this director named Ari Gold. It looks like it has some pretty interesting music in it. Gotta love it. It's not like a musical or anything, but it has like some music. There's like some calming romance, and it looks like it could be a cute little indie film. There's also a film coming this week called A Happening of Monumental Proportions, which is directed by one of my favorite actresses, works today, Judy Greer. She's awesome. She's also in that new Halloween film coming. Now, here's what A Happening of Monumental Proportions is. A series of touching comic, some sad and intensely identifiable. Wait, you know what? Let me just read the last one. The all-star cast finds Daniel, an account manager played by Common, with a boring job gearing up for a career day at his lovely daughter's elementary school, while dealing with the fallout of an intra-office romance with his assistant played by Jennifer Garner and his nasty new boss played by Bradley Whitford. The boss's unfortunately nerdy son finds himself instantly entrances with Daniel's daughter, played by Rika Time Star Storm Reed, who is seeking advice from their school's hit school teacher, played by John Cho, who was just seen in Searching, and the press music teacher, played by Anders Holm, for all you workaholic fans, without success. The teacher's principal team, played by Alice Jennings and Rob Riggle, spend their day trying to hide the school's dead Gardner from not only the staff but also the students and their parents who experience career they likely will never forget. The film also features people like Kate Holmes is in this, Kumail Nanjiani, Nat Faxon. Pretty decent little cast. And I'm interested in seeing what Greer could do with her like directorial debut. She's a decent actress. Let's see how good she does as a director. There's also a film called Gallo, the Boy General, as well as a film called My Son with Melanie Laurent. There's a film called Intelligent Lives with which is narrated by Chris Cooper. A film called Strange Nature comes out this week. A film called White Rabbit. And if you're like at home and don't want to go to the movies or anything, there's like a few Netflix films playing this week. There's one called Napoli Ever After. Let me pull up the name. And Napoli Ever After is like a Netflix film that's set to premiere this week. And it's about and it stars Sanaa Lathan as Violet Jones, who's tired of waiting for her longtime boyfriend to propose. Right, right. So she, breaks up with him, but old feelings and heaps of jealousy, no doubt, arise when he promptly begins dating another woman. Besides Lathan, the film stars Ricky Widow from American Gods fame. Ernie Hudson's in this movie. Lynn Whitfield. Lyric Bent, who was just seen in that horrible Tyler Perry movie Acrimony. This looks like it could be an interesting little Netflix movie. I adore Sanaa Lathan. She's a really decent actress. It has a cool cast in it. It could be probably interesting. Also, there's another Netflix movie open this week, which is titled Quincy, which is a documentary about music legend Quincy Jones. That's directed by his daughter, Rashida Jones. That could be probably an Oscar contender for Best Documentary. Looks pretty like a decent film about a music legend, which is, of course, Quincy Jones. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the films opening this week. Let me leave it to you guys. What movies are you guys planning to watch this week? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is Thomas L. signing off.